Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Super Duper Football Show. This is Eli coming back at you with another video with the Week 4 power rankings. This will probably be uploaded on Monday. Sorry for the late upload. I just couldn't get enough time on the weekend. I had a bunch of parties and stuff that I had to attend. So I had to divert my attention to that. But I'm able to record it now, right before Monday night. I swear to you, this was made before all the games started in the NFL on Sunday. So this should be my original power rankings, unbiased by whatever happened on Sunday. Starting off at number 32, I did have the Houston Texans. I just don't think the matchup is there for them against the Bills. And they're still the Houston Texans, so yeah. Jacksonville Jaguars at number 31 haven't showed any promise. Well, little, if any. Little promise, if any, at all. Urban Meyer doesn't look like he knows what he's doing. Trevor Lawrence looks a little bit raw still. We still haven't seen a lot of what the Jaguars can do. Number 30, I did have the New York Jets. I think that the Jets kind of have a little bit of more favorable matchup against the Titans defense. So, especially with the Titans not having Bud Dupree, and also not having A.J. Brown or Julio Jones. So even though the Jets offense is still dysfunctional, I think they might be able to eke out a couple points. Maybe even shock a couple people with a win. The New York Giants I had at number 29 again. Not a great matchup. They're going up against the Saints. That defense, quite stifling. I don't think that the Giants can get a lot going today. Or not today. I'm sorry. Today is not Sunday. Today is Saturday. I don't think they can get much going tomorrow, though. And at number 28, I did have the Detroit Lions. Not a great matchup. At least, like, the Detroit offense should be held back. Should be held in check a lot by the Bears defense, especially that front seven. For the Bears with Mack, Hicks, Goldman, Roquan Smith. It's tough to move the ball on them, and it's just tough. Not the ideal matchup, I don't think. Number 27, Falcons playing Washington. I just don't think they'll be able to pull this one out. This might be a shootout because of how poor the Washington defense has been looking this season, but I don't think the Washington football team is going to let this one up to the Atlanta Falcons. Philadelphia Eagles at number 26. I had them very low this week. They were not ranked very high at all, like in the first couple weeks, but this is an all-time low. I mean, this is not great for them. Eagles didn't even get much going in the game against the Chiefs. They did get 24 points, and Jalen Hurts did fine. But it's the Chiefs. The offense is too potent for their defense. Chicago Bears, of course, playing the Detroit Lions, division rival. I thought they would not do very well at all. They did end up getting the win with Justin Fields. First win as a starter for the Bears. Their defense showed up quite a bit. Really limited, arguably their top receiver, TJ Hawkinson. And yeah, it's really not. It wasn't really fair for most of the game. So Chicago, I mean, it shouldn't be fair if the Bears can hang on. Now the Steelers are playing the Packers this week, and Aaron Rodgers should lead the Packers past the Steelers easily, probably by a couple touchdowns, in my opinion. It's just it's just a very it's just a very plausible possibility. Um, I do think the Green Bay offense is quite potent, and the Steelers are suffering a couple of injuries on defense too. Uh, and Joe Hayden, one of their top cornerbacks, is getting older, so it's just it's a rebuilding process for the Steelers, as Big Ben is also probably not their long term solution. Obviously, the New England Patriots I put at number 23, going up against a very solid Buccaneers defense. Obviously, their secondary isn't as good as it once was, with the loss of Sean Murphy Bunting, among others. Um, However, their defensive line is still a menace, tough to deal with, and it's tough for anybody to score on that defense. So I think the Patriots would be struggling on Sunday night, especially in Tom Brady's return to Foxborough. Washington football team at number 22, going up against the Falcons. Weak secondary, weak defense should get the job done. Uh, that is for the Falcons, the weak secondary, weak defense. The Indianapolis Colts. I actually have them eking out a win against the Dolphins this week. Contrary to, I'd say, popular belief, I think that it's about time that they won a game. It's about time that they got their first win. Uh, you know, I just feel it. I just feel it coming on, and their defense obviously very good, led by Leonard and Buckner, Darius Leonard and DeForest Buckner. Uh, they should have a pretty sufficient offense as well. Cincinnati at number 20, a big jump from last week, just several spots up. I think they'll really get it going against that weak Jaguars defense on Thursday Night Football. They really did get it going on Thursday Night Football, and it were able to eke out the win, of course, 24-21. Yeah, but these rankings were made before Thursday night, recorded on Saturday night, and will be uploaded on about Monday evening or maybe Monday night. Miami Dolphins at number 19, excuse me. They're going up against the very tough Colts defense. They're playing with Jacoby Brissett as their starting quarterback. Nothing against him, but I mean, is it really the ideal situation? I think that their defense should kind of carry them a little bit, but I don't expect big things from their offense, especially against that solid Colts front seven. Denver Broncos are going up against the Baltimore Ravens this week. Their defense should take a little bit of step back because it's Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Nonetheless, I think they should make this a game. This could be close. I don't know if most people think that it'll be close or if it'll just be straight up Ravens all the way. I think there is a little bit of a chance that the Broncos are able to hang on for a little bit in the game, but I don't think they'll pull out the win. New Orleans Saints, I have them surprisingly lowly ranked for this week. Going up against the Giants, their defense should be able to hold the Giants' offense back quite a bit. If they don't, then I'll be pretty surprised. Even taking into account the injuries that they've had, they've performed at a very high level over the past few weeks. I expect that to continue against the Giants. Seattle Seahawks playing the 49ers. I actually do have them losing to the 49ers in this game. I think the 49ers should be able to pull this one out. The Of course, we've talked about how the Seahawks defense has been deteriorating gradually, just bit by bit. It's been gone. It's been going away. Uh, First with the dealing of KJ Wright to Las Vegas, they lost obviously Shaquille Griffin in free agency to Jacksonville. Um, the pieces are starting to fall apart. Uh, their offense is still very potent. Should put up, should put up a lot of points on the 49ers regardless, because of their rather lackluster secondary. Vikings are an interesting team. Last week, I had them in the exact middle of the pack. This week, same thing. Basically the same case. I had them at number 15, basically the middle of the pack. Just one more spot above than they were last week. I do not predict the Vikings to do pretty well, to do really well at all uh, against the Browns. That front seven is such a menace for the Browns. In my opinion, it's the strength of their team. Maybe the running back committee, not quite a committee, but just the group of running backs. It's either running backs or the front seven for the Browns. Vikings, pretty good offense, decent defense, but I don't know if they'll be able to do anything with the Browns. Number 14, I did have the 49ers, as I was expecting them to pull out a win this week against the Seahawks. Of course, Deebo Samuel has been performing at a very high level. George Kittle is starting to get more involved. Their defense should hold back the Seahawks just a little bit. Carolina playing Dallas at number 13 in the power rankings for Week 4. Carolina should. I think Dallas might pull this one out. The Panthers. The problem is that the Cowboys' offense is just awesome, and although the Panthers' defense is, looking like one that can perform at a very high level in the coming years, at the current present day, I don't think that the Cowboys will have any problem with the Panthers defense. Even taking into account that Sam Darnold has been performing at a high level, the Cowboys are just better right now. And speaking of which, they are at number 12. The Cowboys are just one spot ahead of the Panthers. I think they're in very similar situations right now. Two pretty winning teams. Of course, me having the Dallas Cowboys ahead in the power rankings, ahead of Carolina, obviously means that I expect them to win this game against the Panthers. And at number 11, I had the Titans going up against a brutally bad Jets defense and having to defend a brutally bad Jets offense. So, I mean, the Titans, I still acknowledge that the Titans' defense is not good right now, especially after seeing how Bud Dupree's injuries have come along this week. He doesn't look on track to play this week. That's their best linebacker, really. Well, it's one of their best linebackers. Titans are not a good defense, to begin with, anyways. So I had them outside the top 10 in this power rankings. At number 10, I had the Raiders going up against the Chargers on MNF. The day this will be uploaded will be right before MNF, in fact. So you'll get to see the Raiders and the Chargers play. That should be a pretty fun one. Battle for the top of the AFC West. So, Derek Carr has put up no less than 380-something passing yards in all of his games that he's played, which seems like quite a stat to me. I don't know about you, but yeah. In fact, I think he should continue to show his MVP level playing, in my opinion. against the Chargers. Although the Chargers' defense is really, I mean, that's a good defense. Chargers' defense is good. You can't argue with that. I don't think you can argue with that at all. Um, but the Raiders, I do have coming close to the Chargers. But in the end, I have the Chargers taking it. And that is exactly why they're at number 9 in the power rankings. We just went over it, how the Chargers defense is very good. On the offensive side, though, Justin Herbert, Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, three really dangerous receiving threats right there. Mike Williams underrated, still underrated after having a couple of monster games. Keenan Allen still a focal point of the offense, despite Mike Williams getting a heck ton of fantasy points. But I think the Chargers will have enough gas in them to pull out the win this week. Baltimore at number 8 makes sense to me. Playing against a decent Broncos defense, but their offense is very potent. Obviously, they're starting Latavius Murray. Tyson Williams doesn't look like he's on track to play. He's on track to start at all. So that should lead to more carries for Latavius Murray, Devontae Freeman. Devontae Freeman and Le'Veon Bell even. And their defense, obviously. Cortland Sutton will be covered by Marlon Humphrey all day. He probably won't see much action. He'll be needed, but he might be locked down by Marlon Humphrey all day. Kansas City at number 7. I think this is okay to say after their Week 3 performance against the Chargers. Just wasn't enough to show me that they're deserving of a higher spot. But they should have no problem taking down the Philadelphia Eagles. They should have no problem. If the game even comes close, then I'll be very surprised. The Cleveland Browns at number 6, going up against the Vikings. I think this is a pretty even matchup and a little bit in favor of the Browns. Obviously, I had the Vikings way lower at number 15. So, in fact, I don't think this is even an even matchup. The Browns, front 7, arguably one of the best in the league. Myles Garrett, best pass rusher in the league. I mean, you can argue with TJ Watt if you want, but that's what I think. That Myles Garrett is the best pass rusher in the game. Green Bay at number 5. Going up against Pittsburgh. Ben Roethlisberger in Pittsburgh's. Aaron Rodgers should continue where he left off against the 49ers in Week 3. He shouldn't have any problem dealing with the Steelers this week. Just like he took down the 49ers' solid defense last week, he should take down the Steelers' solid defense this week. They should pull out the win in Heinz Field. This is the Arizona Cardinals. Oh, I'm sorry. They play in Lambeau Field. What am I talking about? They play in Lambeau Field. So it's Steelers at Packers. I'm sorry. So the Cardinals I did have at number 4, who are playing against the Rams. A battle for the top of the division, of course. This should be a really fun game. Probably going to be a shootout. Cardinals putting up a little less points than the Rams, in my opinion. I think it'll be like 31 to 34 maybe. There will be a couple of field goals in this game. But I think the Cardinals will just come up just short of beating the Rams. Number 3, I have the Bills facing a brutally atrocious Houston defense. Davis Mills is their starting quarterback now. A little bit inexperienced. He did show signs of hope, at least in the Texans versus Panthers TNF game. but that doesn't show much of what he can do against this um, really locked down Bills defense. Tre'Davious White is going to be on Cooks all day long. It should be a nightmare for them to even move the ball. So I think the Bills will leak this one out with that elite offense as well. At number two, oh, that's his number one. That should be number two. Anyway, I do have the Rams. I have the Los Angeles Rams, who are playing the Arizona Cardinals, as we talked about earlier. Uh, Obviously, there's a lot of favor for the Los Angeles Rams rather than the Arizona Cardinals, I think. And I'm gonna stay with that. I'm gonna stay with that bet. I think the Los Angeles Rams should pull this one off against the Cardinals. Just an awesome defense, awesome offense. They're very elite on both sides of the ball, which is key for winning games. And last but not least, number one, not number two, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They, of course, still reigning Super Bowl champions. And especially this week, this is probably one of the best games in NFL history, to be honest. Tom Brady, greatest quarterback of all time, facing against his former team and his former coach in Bill Belichick. That should be such a fun game. I think the Patriots might keep themselves in this one with the Jones to Myers connection and the depleted Buccaneers secondary. Although they did sign Richard Sherman, but it's still depleted. But yeah, I think the Patriots should keep it close, but the Buccaneers should pull out the win in the end. And yeah, I think that is going to be the video, guys, for this week. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate the support, the views, the support. Everything helps. Uh, no matter if it's just a little thing like a like, or a huge thing like a subscription. I think. Uh, then it always helps. Everything helps. Just please, guys, continue the support. Thank you for all of the support that we've gotten so far. And I'm gonna log off for today. Yeah, take care, guys, and peace out.